Jesús, ¿qué significa este gol en medio del resultado, en medio de la dificultad de no ganar, en medio de un partido con el que hubo tantas oportunidades y bueno, se quedan con las manos vacías? Si me das un segundo, entonces la voy a traducir. The question is, what this goal means for him, knowing, of course, that it wasn't good enough for the team to win and having so many opportunities that didn't went in and having going without the result out of the game.
Bueno, en lo personal fue un gol importante para mí. Fue un gol importante para mí en lo personal y nada, en lo colectivo creo que nos faltó un poco más. Los primeros minutos sufrimos un poco, una falta de desconcentración que nos costó caro y nada, ahora tratar de recuperar el último partido.
Jesus said, sorry. Personally, it was an important goal for me, of course, but as for the team, we needed more. In the first few minutes, we needed a little bit more, and unfortunately, they scored at the beginning. Yeah, that's it. Alex Caminar, you can go.
Hi, how are you? Hi. Hello? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
we can hear you.
Hi, sorry. Yes. La pregunta es, buenas noches, Alejandro para Juegos Sin Códigos. Dos partidos perdidos, dos partidos jugados. En lo grupal, ¿qué le dejó hasta ahora esta copa? Viendo que aún se pueden meter a la siguiente ronda como mejores terceros. Gracias. So the question is, to gain, to lose in the group personally, that the cup has led you so far, seeing that you can still get into the next round as the best tier parties. Thank you.
Bueno, yo creo que en lo grupal, a nivel de juego, creo que desde el primer partido pudimos demostrar el segundo tiempo una buena demostración de juego. El primer tiempo contra Filadelfia creo que también nos faltó un poco más. Y hoy también creo que en los primeros minutos nos faltó nuevamente la concentración y tratar de imponer nuestro juego que veníamos jugando como siempre y nada. Creo que es dos resultados muy negativos para nosotros, pero en lo colectivo, en la parte futbolística creo que estamos con buenas sensaciones, solamente que nos está faltando de repente concretar las oportunidades de gol que tenemos y nada más.
I think as far as the group stage for this game, we did show that we were able to play well against Philadelphia, but also this game we were missing a little bit of how we normally play. Today in the first half, we definitely missed a bit in the first half as well. The game we play, these two past games, the results were a bit negative, but collectively on the football side, we're playing well. We're missing goals, and we need to play better. Michael Ander, go ahead.
Jesus, can you elaborate on what you just said? The team was missing something, because it obviously tonight you got off to a slow start.
Que si puedes elaborar cuando dijiste que el equipo le faltaba un poco, que obviamente hoy en la primera parte sí se veía que faltaba un poco, que empezaron un poco despacio.
No entendí bien la pregunta. ¿Elaborar qué?
O sea, que si puedes comentar más de lo que dijiste que le faltaba un poco al equipo.
O sea, del partido de hoy, de ahora.
Sí.
Los primeros minutos, como dije, creo que el primer gol fue una desatención nuestra en una falta que veníamos trabajando bien. Después creo que también nos faltó más seguridad en los pases, tratar del fondo salir un poco mejor y tener esa confianza que tuvimos en el segundo tiempo cuando empezamos a tocar, a mover, a encontrar espacios, a tirar centros, a ganar la espalda de los centrales y nada. Eso creo que nos faltó en el primer tiempo, tratar de de jugar así de esa misma forma desde que empieza el partido, desde el primer minuto tratar de jugar ya de una manera como jugamos siempre en los segundos tiempos, jugar con confianza, con seguridad en los pases y nada. Creo que nos faltó eso en los primeros minutos para llevar el partido a cabo mucho mejor.
In the first few minutes, like I said before, we were playing well, but that first goal, it just, it happened in the first few minutes. We were missing something in the box, and to play well, we need the confidence in order to play well. And sorry, it's a little hard to hear, to be honest, with the mask, against the players. We need to play well from the beginning. From the first few minutes, we should have played well. We didn't have the confidence like we did in the second half, and the security with the passes that we were making. If we had played as well as we did in the second half in the first few minutes, we probably could have finished well. Okay. John Rojas, do you want to go again? John? If not, we can go to Christian Smith. Do you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Jesus, this is today you started in what seemed to be a more central position, or at least what evolved into a more central position as the game went on. Where do you feel comfortable on the pitch? Because we've heard some conflicting, analysis on what position you play best. Is it out in the wing? Do you like playing the central roles better?
Que hoy empezás en una posición más central en el partido, pero ¿a dónde tú te sientes más cómodo jugando? ¿En qué posición? Porque han visto que a veces estás en diferentes posiciones, entonces ¿cuál te sientes más cómodo tú?
Yo me siento jugando más cómodo de medio centro y jugando más al medio. Jugué toda mi carrera en las divisiones inferiores de mi club y en la selección jugué de medio centro, y después con el pasar del tiempo jugando en primera división de mi país fui jugando también de extremo, o sea que también puedo jugar de las dos posiciones, jugar como extremo, jugar como media punta o mediocampista. Creo que me siento cómodo en esas posiciones porque siempre he jugado desde pequeño y me siento acostumbrado jugando como derecha, por izquierda, o sea que me siento bien jugando en todos esos lugares. No tengo un gusto específico por jugar y me siento cómodo jugando en todas las posiciones.
I feel more comfortable in the middle. I always played my whole career there, always in my country and in the first division. That's usually where I played, but I can also play on the right or on the left. I don't necessarily have a specific position that I prefer, but I do feel more comfortable in the middle. Let's see. Oh, Sean's here, so we'll move on to Sean. Who wants to ask Sean?
I'll take it first if no one else will.
Perfect. Go ahead.
How's it going, Sean? Sorry for the loss. So early on, the game started 2-0, down in a hole. What's the thought process when you go down 2-0 within 10 minutes? Because, from an onlooker's perspective, it's demoralizing. How does it feel like as a player, like just being in that situation?
Obviously, it's not ideal being in that situation. We step on the pitch to win and not to concede goals, so it's not a good feeling. But there's a lot of game left to be played, and did our best to claw back into the game before halftime. Gave ourselves a chance, but at the end of the day, make it really difficult for ourselves going in the hole, especially so early in the game. And we had a mountain to climb, and we had our opportunities, but like I said, we can't start slow. We've got to be more tuned in and eliminate those early opportunities for opponents, especially in the position we're in.
Okay, Glenn Crooks, go ahead. Glenn?
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Sean. Sean, you've often described in your time at New York City FC, there's been ups and downs. There's been times where it's been difficult and how the team has responded to that. Do you feel like this is kind of one of those moments where you've really got to look at it and this is a big time to respond?
Yeah, I think we're not a club that's used to losing games, especially consecutive games. So yeah, it's a rough moment, but it's moments like these where we have to look within and figure out what it's going to take to turn it around. We have another game left in the tournament, and I can tell you we're going to put everything into it and training coming up in these next few days to make it right, because we're not used to losing. This club, I think it's unacceptable to lose games, and we know that as players. We shoulder that responsibility when we step on the pitch. We have to do a better job to start the game on the front foot, and we have to start putting results together, plain and simple.
Okay. Michael Linder?
Sean, obviously the first two games of the tournament didn't go the way you guys wanted. How do you build off that? Because there's that challenge where the games are regular season games for the group stage, but also part of a tournament. So you're going in, you got one more game to play.
Yeah, it's a unique setup. Being two games, obviously the games count towards the league, but we're conscious of the fact that these games count towards the tournament as well. So we've dug ourselves a hole, and we're going to go out and we have to look to win this last game no matter what. It's every game counts, every game's important. So as players, that's our main mission now. Look to this game and the last game, and look to what we can correct. But like I said, these next few days, we're going to have to look within, and we're going to have to come out, and we're going to have to fight, and we're going to have to work hard and stick together first and foremost to achieve what we want to achieve and get that. Right now feels like an elusive win, but like I said, it takes one game to get back on track, and I think we have to set our sights to Miami on the 20th.
Okay, let's do two more because I know that Ronnie's waiting. Christian, do you want to go again?
Yeah, sure. Sean, so, with that being said, how do you turn around from 4 straight losses to start off the season? Because, technically these last 2 games have counted towards the standings. Like, what needs to be done? Where do you see like a huge issue with this team right now and how it's performing and its inability to collect 3 points?
Yeah, I don't think it's important to discuss that, at this given time. I think we're aware of the situation. I think we, as a team, we can't stop believing. We can't stop supporting each other. We can't stop going out and putting our best effort forward. I think we have to look within first, look at ourselves, look at myself. What can I do more for the team? Everybody's got to ask themselves the same question, and we just got to come out and, we're a group that's been strong in the past. We're a group that has it within us to go out and dominate games. So, we'll go back and review, like I said, these last couple games. But you can review it all you want, but I think we have to find something within us to go out and turn it around and find a result on the 20th against Miami.
Thanks, Sean.
Okay, last question. Glenn, go ahead.
Do I need to unmute again? Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Okay, thank you. Sean, it's not like you haven't, this group hasn't played 3 at the back to start a match. It happened quite often last year, but it's the first time under Ronny. And it did seem like there was maybe a lack of coordination in those early moments. Do you think that had played any role in the early struggle? And but as the game went on, it obviously got better.
Yeah, no, I don't think you can blame how we were set up. I think, we got into the game. I think there were moments that we definitely could have done better as a team. They had a set piece, they had a ball out wide. We ended up, 2v2 in the box, which is something we never want to do. So you can't look at the formation. We had our chances, and regardless, we have to take responsibility. Whatever formation we step on the pitch, if we're controlling the ball, we have the ball at our feet. I don't think there's a question mark of of what formation we're playing. I think this team has enough talent, it has enough character to go out and play any way that we step on the field. So it's not something we look to as a team, and personally, I think we have to, like I said, the responsibility is on us, and we take full responsibility for the performances here, and we know it's not good enough, but we have to turn it around. We've got one more game, we've got one more opportunity, I think, to really showcase our character and what we're really about, because these past 2 games, there's been some good things that we can take to build off of, but we've got to make sure we take those and continue to eliminate the negative things and put together a complete performance, because we're more than capable of it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Ronny. Let's start with Glenn. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Hey, Ronny. Can you just give an initial assessment of the game as a whole? We obviously saw how it started. You were in a little bit of a different shape. I don't know if you felt that contributed at all, but what's your initial assessment, just looking back, here just a few minutes after the game?
Of course, we get a very tough start when we concede a goal in set play, and then I think we got very stressed, and they come number 2 very quick, and of course then you put yourself in a very, very tough situation. But we didn't execute that task good enough, because we didn't get up in the central midfielders. They were switching the play too easy, and they come too easy out of our pressure. We were not close enough. So we had to change in the middle of the first half, and I think from then and out we are a better team than them. But we don't score again on our chances. We get 2-1. We are alone with the goalkeeper. I think we play good in the second half, but again, when you go so much forward, you're always concerned that the counter-attack can come, and it did. And then when 3-1 come, then it killed the game, of course. So the first half an hour is not good enough, and that I have to take take responsibility for, because it seems like we were not clear enough how we want to play, and we didn't show what we want to do in the first 30 minutes. But after that, I think we changed a lot of things, and then we looked more dangerous, and also we looked strong. So we finished the games good. We finished the first half good, and also the second half they were having cramps and injuries and all the things all the time. But we keep on going, and that's the positive thing I take out of it.
Okay. Alonso Contreras.
Hi, Coach. This is Alonso from Aries Sport Network in Seattle. Tough loss. In the first game, you play with Sanz and Callens as a center back. Today, you switch Callens to the right and Callens to the left. How will you evaluate your center back, Sanz and Callens' performance in the last 2 games?
I didn't switch side. There was just that Max was in the center of them, and I think in the first game the 2 center defenders played really good. So, and today we have to see the game one more time, but of course we get overplayed in the midfield, and then you get more pressure on the defense. So we changed it and get James more up in the midfield after 30 minutes, and then we were better, we were much stronger. So I think it's tough to say. What I can say is that we didn't play good as a team the first half an hour. That's for sure.
Okay, Ben Bear.
Hey, Ronny. What's the mindset of the group like after the first 2 losses here and then the 2 losses to start the season? Of course, you guys could still theoretically advance to the knockouts, but what's the preparation going to be like heading into your last group stage game?
Yes, of course, we are not a good atmosphere right now. Of course, we hate losing, and today we're not happy with the way we started the game. So, and then we keep ourselves in a very bad situation because when you haven't winning games for a while as well, you get stressed and you lose your confidence. But again, we can't dig ourselves a hole and jump in that. We have to fight, and we have to stay united. And I know everybody gets a night, try to get some sleep, and then we have to look forward. And the Miami game, it's a game we really want to win, of course, and it's also into the league, so it's going to be an important game.
On Rojas.
Thank you. Ronny, can you hear me?
Yep.
Thanks a lot. Thanks for the time. Do you guys were surprised by FC Dallas at the beginning? I'm sorry, Orlando at the beginning of the game. Did you expect them with a different kind of not formation, but maybe mentality or approach to the game?
No, they did exactly what they did in the last game against Miami, so there was nothing new of that. But we didn't do what we want to do. We were not close enough in the center of the pitch, and we were too disorganized with the two strikers as well. So they get in front of our defense and also switch the play way too easy. And then we, of course, also when you concede very early in a set play, get stressed about that. So, but I say the mentality was really good. We kept on fighting. We get back in the game and we looked very strong. But when we conceded the third goal, then of course it's going to be tough to get back. But I think we had so many chances on 2-1 that we should have get something from the game again.
Okay, we have time for two more. So Christian, and then we'll do Michael Ander. Christian, go ahead.
Thanks, Nicole. How's it going, Ronny? Well, this marks New York City's fourth straight loss. I mean, we've gotten the donut off the board at this point, where you seem to have finally found a way to get the goal in, but just something seems to still be missing. And what is it? Like, what's going to bring the wins here? Like, what do you think needs to change? What do you think you need to do better? Yeah, pretty much that's it.
It's of course we go into every game that we have a belief and we think we're gonna win, and today as well was the same. So I think we changed the formation a little bit now. I think the performance last time was good. Then we get Max injured, and then we changed a little bit to get two striker up front. And you have to, when you see it afterwards, we see that didn't work so much. And I think they didn't recognize the situation that we have been training on for a long time. So I think something of that was new, but we were thinking it looks good in training. We wanted to try it. And then what we need to do now is to get the confidence back, and then you need to get the safety in the roles, to know what's expected, and to be familiar in the situation they've been through before, and also player that is playing together, that they can they feel that they have a safety in knowing each other. So changing like we did today didn't work, and but as I said, when we get more organized in the way we had done before, then we looked much better. So for us is to find ourselves, be safe in that, and then of course it's about supporting each other. I can be hard on the people now, but now as everybody is suffering, and we need just to turn this around, and then we need to build each other up, and stand united and support each other. And when you come out of these situations, then we will be more stronger, and we will do, because we're working hard every day, and we have a good team. So I'm sure we're going to turn it around, and hopefully already against Miami.
Thank you, Ronny.
Michael Ander, go ahead, last one.
Ronny, Orlando scored their third goal in the 81st minute. Obviously, you didn't know that you were going to get 10 minutes of stoppage time, but you had to figure you had at least five, probably five. Did you think the game was lost at that time? Did you think NYCFC still had a chance?
Yes, I think that, because we had chances. We had Mitri hit the bar. We also alone through on the right side. So of course, but you need a second goal then quite quick, so you can get pressure on them. But we didn't find the goal, and then of course when you close it goes to the end, you get more and more stressed, and you see the time is slipping from you. So yes, I believe that we can do it, but of course it do something with the atmosphere when it gets 2 goals instead of 1.